On Apple Valley News Now, continuing coverage over frustrations regarding reports of bullying in the West Valley School District. One mom shares her frustration over the process of filing a complaint. Plus, an issue which could impact school districts across the country, a shortage of milk cartons. And gray skies looming over eastern Washington. Jason Valentine is tracking what's ahead in your First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We're on early tonight so we can bring you Monday Night Football. That is coming up ahead at 5. But we begin with continuing coverage tonight on bullying concerns at the West Valley School District, including a 13-year-old boy who received death threats and was told to kill himself. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to that teen's mom, who says her concerns aren't just about the bullying itself.
When I sat down with her, she told me that she had reported her concerns to the principal multiple times, verbally and in writing, and that he said it would be handled. But what she wasn't told is that she had another option.
Superintendent Peter Finch says principals are supposed to document, follow up on, and resolve any concerns about bullying. But
if the family's not satisfied with the results of the informal complaint, then the principal will tell them that there's an opportunity for a formal complaint.
The mom says that didn't happen with her son's case.
We came down, my husband and I, and we had a meeting, and to us that was a formal complaint. We were not told that there was a formal complaint form.
The mom says the bullying didn't stop and they pulled their son out of school for the remainder of last year. It wasn't until the beginning of this year, when she contacted the district directly, that she learned she needed to file a formal complaint for the district to get involved.
Coming up after the game, we'll hear more from that parent about how the district responded once they became aware of her concerns, and from the superintendent about how that bullying complaint process actually works. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. Now let's switch gears here a little bit and talk about your forecast. We had a very soggy start this morning, but then some gorgeous sunshine this afternoon. Question is, which one are we going to get moving forward? Jason Valentine is tracking your First Alert forecast.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your day so far. Hope you're at least semi-used to the falling back of an hour over the weekend. We do have more shower activity into our evening hours. We've seen scattered showers throughout our day, and we're going to continue to see that into pretty early tomorrow. Then we're going to see some clearing as we head into the rest of our day. Also, winds are going to start to build up tonight. We are above average for our temperatures, still pretty much hanging around that 50-degree mark to upper 40s for the next 24 hours. And we're going to be right there as we're heading into our evening hours. So scattered showers as we move along into tomorrow, but we do expect drier conditions as we head towards that Veterans Day weekend on the way. So overnight tonight, we have scattered showers, winds picking up as well. A cooling trend is going to be taking grip very soon, and drier soon as well. I'm going to have that in my First Alert weather forecast that is coming up later in the show, but for right now I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. And a reminder, tomorrow is Election Day in Washington State. We have a lot of issues to decide. A lot of them have to do with taxes. Now, Washington is a vote-by-mail state, so if you haven't already gotten your ballot, check the mailbox. For your vote to count, you need to drop it into the mail early enough to be postmarked November 7th. Or at this point, you might want to play it safe by just dropping it in an official ballot drop box by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can find a link to drop box locations on the websites of the Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla County Auditors websites. Remember, sign your ballot before you return it. And if you're really running behind, you can actually register to vote, fill out your ballot in person, and drop it off all at the same time at the county elections office up until closing time on election night. And some Eastern Washington organizations are wanting all former Washington prisoners to cast their ballots this week because of a new law that took effect last year. The voting rights of convicted felons have been automatically restored. Former inmate Curtis Robinson says voting rights are part of the healing process for those who want to reconnect.
When you look at the successful reentry back into society of our justice involved populations, that is one of the critical key foundational components that needs to be there, is that social connection, that social engagement.
Robinson says voter education needs to continue for members of the community who have criminal records. New data finds a rise for emergency room visits due to gun injuries among children. They essentially doubled between March of 2020, the start of the pandemic, and through November of 2022 last fall. That's according to research published today in the journal Pediatrics. Approximately 2/3 of all gun injuries, about 66%, during the pandemic happened among youth from the most disadvantaged neighborhoods. Now, a lot of factors likely contributed to that increase, including a period of increased gun buying, economic uncertainty, and an increase in mental health concerns among children. The analysis is based on data from 9 urban hospitals that participate in a research registry supported by the federal government. New health concerns tonight about frequent cannabis use. New research presented at the American Heart Association's scientific sessions suggests an increase in cannabis use among older adults. They may not know the cardiovascular risks. Adults over age 65 who don't smoke tobacco but do consume cannabis had a 20% increased risk of a major heart or brain event while hospitalized compared with those who don't. A second study followed nearly 160,000 adults with a median age of 54 for about 4 years. It found those who use cannabis daily had a 34% higher risk of heart failure. Open enrollment is underway through January 15th, and this is the time when everyone has the option of getting a new health insurance plan through the online marketplaces set up under Obamacare. Now, here in Washington, that's wahealthplanfinder.org. You can shop around by putting in some basic information like your age and your zip code, and then compare plans by yourself. But you can also connect with a navigator who's an expert in finding the right option.
It's a completely free service, free of cost. My navigators have been with the Washington Health Plan Finder since the very first open enrollment. So really, they are the experts. We lay out the plans for you, and it's not ideal for you. That's okay. It doesn't hurt to ask, right? Come in and see us.
Tri-Cities Community Health offers free help to make sure that you can find a plan you can afford and that will get you the coverage you need. You'll be able to find more details about getting connected with them later this evening on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Now to New York City, where former President Donald Trump is taking the stand in the civil fraud trial against him and his company. The judge at times today getting frustrated with Trump and his lawyers as he believed Trump was offering non-responsive answers to prosecutors' questions. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Former President Trump in the hot seat in New York State Supreme Court, getting questioned by prosecutors in the civil fraud trial against him, his 2 adult sons, and the Trump Organization. The tension rising in the courtroom, Trump giving lengthy responses on the witness stand. Judge Arthur Engoron getting increasingly frustrated, saying Trump was not answering the questions from prosecutors. At times raising his voice at Trump's attorney, saying, "I beseech you to control him," adding, "If you can't, I will," even threatening to excuse Trump. He also struck out some of Trump's answers from the record. On the stand, Trump saying this is a very unfair trial, and I hope the public is watching, calling it a political witch hunt.
It's a very unfair situation. This trial is ridiculous.
New York Attorney General Letitia James accusing him and his eldest sons of inflating the net worth of the Trump Organization's assets by as much as $2.2 billion.
But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters are the facts and the numbers. And numbers, my friends, don't lie.
The judge has already agreed that James has proved her case on the key issue of fraud, determining Trump overvalued those assets for a decade to get better terms on loans and insurance. In court today, Trump admitted to overvaluing 2 properties, but claimed that those numbers were later corrected on financial statements. Overall, Trump denying any wrongdoing. The Attorney General is seeking $250 million in damages and is hoping to bar Trump and his sons from doing business in New York.
That was ABC's Rena Roy reporting. Now, the judge had ordered Trump's business certificates to be canceled during the trial. An appeals court overruled that decision specifically. Making progress, some homes in East Sela have been without drinkable tap water for a year. But tonight, an update as the Army works to fix the situation. Also, growing concerns over a national shortage of milk cartons, what we've learned about how that impacts schools in our area. And gray skies over the Mid-Columbia right now. Jason Valentine is tracking your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich with fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage. Well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tragedy, devastation, heartbreak. All eyes on Israel.
With the Middle East in chaos.
Every morning, turn to your trusted source. Good Morning America.
Tracking the latest this morning.
ABC News on the ground, on the front lines.
You can hear the sound of an explosion.
What happened overnight?
Gaza is under total siege.
Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest.
I'll be here with breaking news so you'll be up to date as you get ready for the busy day ahead.
Every morning, when it matters most, trust ABC and Apple Valley News Now.
As our new Volunteers Count winners, Valerie and Steve Burnett, STCU is awarding you a $1,000 donation.
It says what we do is valued by other people.
Valerie and Steve have been directing the Royal Family Kids Camp.
Everybody volunteers, and we don't charge the state or the families.
It costs us over $100,000 to put on camp every year. Seeing these kids smile is pretty terrific.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
At Spec Buick GMC, we love Black Friday deals, and that's why we're giving them to you all month long. Get your best deal on a new Sierra, a stylish Terrain, or any one of our hundreds of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Many new vehicles are marked down with holiday bonus cash deals and have special low interest rates too. With no payments until February, great rates and Black Friday deals every day. Why wait? Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
Our state has changed a lot in the last 140 years. We know because MultiCare has been here, guided by a single purpose, making our communities healthier. That comes from making courageous decisions, partnering with local communities to grow programs and services, and expanding healthcare access to those who need it most. Together, we're building a healthier future. MultiCare.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Some East Sela residents living near the Yakima Training Center have spent over a year without drinkable tap water in their homes due to so-called forever chemicals in their wells. But the Army is now making progress on an interim solution. They're installing point-of-entry treatment systems, or POET systems, that filter and disinfect water entering the home so that residents can safely drink from the tap again. The military is blamed for letting PFAS into the water as part of its operations on the Yakima Training Center. The Army says they've installed 4 POET systems so far. 7 are in the works, but a total of about 72 homes in the area are eligible. That's why they're holding an open house for residents next week.
The Army Corps of Engineers is the Army's designated real estate agent and manages all land agreements between the Army and the homeowners. Representatives from the Corps of Engineers will be on hand to answer any questions and explain how these rights of entry agreements work.
Now, that open house event will be from noon until 4 and 5 until 7 on November 15th at the Sela Civic Center. They'll also be having a second event coming up later this winter. Now, schools across the country are bracing for the potential impact of a nationwide milk carton shortage. Jill Sperling has been tracking this story and joins us talking about how this is impacting schools here in our region.
Hi, Alyssa. Well, school districts have been looking into alternative solutions in order to continue providing milk to students. And again, the problem isn't the milk itself, but rather a supply chain disruption for the packaging of the half-pint milk cartons. And these are typically used for school breakfast and lunch programs, and currently the USDA requires milk to be served as part of school meals.
We anticipate that this shortage that this one supplier is having, and they supply most of the milk cartons to processors across the country, is going to lead to some rough patches for some processors and schools in this calendar year.
Walla Walla Public Schools says it is actively working with other suppliers to continue to provide milk for its students. But if this can't be done, the school district says it will transition to shelf-stable milk at breakfast. The Kennewick School District anticipates running out of its supply of milk cartons by midweek, but it has a waiver from the USDA program to provide water or juice for meals instead of milk. And the Pasco School District provided Apple Valley News Now with a statement saying, "We are aware of the cardboard shortage. We've been in touch with OSPI, and they are also aware as this is a widespread issue. Our distributor is working with us as the situation evolves. For instance, we will not have chocolate milk this week, but we'll have white milk." Now, it is important to mention that this cardstock issue is not just affecting schools. Hospitals, nursing homes, and prisons are also needing these half-pint milk cartons, so they will be facing a similar issue of trying to find those alternatives.
All right, we'll continue to track that for you. Thanks, Jill. Now, concerns over possible lead contamination have led two companies to recall cinnamon applesauce pouches. The recalls are taking place at stores that are not in Washington state, but a recall of another product, Wana banana apple cinnamon fruit puree pouches, happened last month. That product was sold by Amazon and Dollar Tree, both of which are accessible here in the Northwest, of course. And according to the FDA, 7 possible lead exposure cases have turned up in 5 states: Arkansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Missouri, and North Carolina. The FDA says toddlers and young children who may have consumed the recalled pouches should get a blood test from a doctor to check for elevated lead levels. Christmas is just 49 days away, and holiday travel will soon ramp up, and the CDC will expand infectious disease surveillance at 4 U.S. airports. The program will test for 30 different pathogens, including the flu and RSV. It started in 2021 as a way to track COVID variants and involves collecting nasal swabs from volunteer travelers and analyzing wastewater from certain flights.
Key to it all is that the traveler really provides us with early critical information that can help us find things before they spread in our communities and helps public health officials determine what prevention and intervention measures will be needed.
According to data from the CDC, the rate of COVID-19 hospitalizations remains steady while flu season is ticking up slightly throughout the country.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Yes, we're experiencing some more scattered showers throughout our areas. We do have a cooling trend on the way, and it is going to be much drier soon, especially as we head into tomorrow evening. But let's take a look at that futurecast. As we move along in our evening, we are going to see scattered showers throughout our areas. And overnight, it's going to then accumulate right into the blues. So Walla Walla, Pendleton, you could be seeing some heavy rainfall overnight into tomorrow morning. We do expect some snow into the upper elevations of the blues and a little bit of snow in the Cascades as well. But it's going to dry up by the afternoon, and we're going to see clearing into our Tuesday night, into our Wednesday, and into our Thursday. But we do have changes on the way as we get to Friday, as we get into Veterans Day weekend. So temperature trend, we are above average today and tomorrow, but as we head into Wednesday and into our weekend, we're going to be skirting right around our average, a little cooler on your Thursday. So cooler conditions are on the way, but not too bad. Now, the big change is our wind action. We're going to be seeing winds between 15 and 25 mile per hour overnight tonight into tomorrow, and they're going to quickly slow down into tomorrow evening, but we're going to be right around our right around 10 or so mile per hour or less after tomorrow, pretty much in the afternoon. So get ready for some blustery conditions starting tonight. So in our almanac, we are right around our average for this time of year. Overnight, though, we are much warmer. And look at that record in 1949, 69. Goodness. And sunrise, again, right, it's an hour changed from 7:51 to 6:51. But unfortunately, our sunset, yes, is before the 5 o'clock hour. Goodness. So right around a little warmer than our average for the Tri-Cities, much warmer in our overnight period. But that is going to be changing very, very soon. So as we move along into our overnight period, we do expect shower activity. Overnight lows mid to lower 40s. Mid to upper 30s for Ellensburg and Yakima. And as we head into tomorrow, it's going to be cooler along the blues, lower 50s. We do expect some early showers and then some clearing as the day goes on, but do get ready for blustery conditions. And hey, it's our holiday countdown. We're just a few days away from Veterans Day. 17 days till Thanksgiving, 49 days until Christmas. 7-day forecast, and as we move along into the next couple of days, we're going to start to cool down to, let's just say, around the 50-degree mark. But overnight lows Tuesday into Wednesday will get below or at the freezing mark, and that'll persist until we get to, it looks like, the weekend. So cooler temperatures overnight. The good news, we are drier. So those rain showers should be, or those showers should be in the form of rain. Could maybe see a little rain-snow mix. In the Tri-Cities area, morning showers tomorrow, and then we'll be moving to around that 50-degree mark, maybe mid-50s into the weekend. Overnight lows, though, are holding tough for the Tri-Cities. They'll be just above that freezing level as we get to Tuesday late night into Wednesday for the work week ahead. And in Walla Walla, going to be getting cooler sooner. The Blues cooler tomorrow, lower 50s, and that'll persist into our weekend. So these warm conditions are coming to an end very swiftly. Just get ready for rain and wind overnight with clearing tomorrow evening.
Thanks, Jason. And up next, we're talking about a type of martial art that might have a beneficial impact on your memory. That's next on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center, providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
There's still time to save with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, posted at bimart.com. You'll find store-wide savings including everything you need for fall and more. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Are your closets overflowing? Is your garage filled with things you no longer need? When you donate to Goodwill, you're not just clearing space in your home, you're creating opportunities for those in need. By donating or shopping at Goodwill, you actively contribute to local employment opportunities and help individuals find work within your community. So donate your gently used items to Goodwill, and together we can transform lives and build a brighter future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
STCU is awarding you a $1,000 donation.
Everybody volunteers.
It costs us over $100,000 to put on camp every year. Seeing these kids smile, it's pretty terrific.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
It is National Epilepsy Awareness Month, and approximately 3.4 million Americans live with this condition. While most people recognize convulsions as a sign of seizure, there are less obvious symptoms. More subtle signs include something like staring into space, a lip-smacking movement, a gesture as if someone is picking at their clothes, unnatural laughter, numbness or tingling, blinking rapidly, or crying out. When someone has a seizure, you should lay them on their side in a safe space and loosen any clothes around their neck.
Do not put anything inside their mouth, especially spoon or your fingers. Patients are never going to swallow their tongue. It is physically impossible to swallow the tongue.
The doctor says you should time the seizures and, of course, call 911. Performing Tai Chi could boost memory in older adults. It's a slow and gentle martial art similar to meditation. A study in the Annals of Internal Medicine examined 300 adults with an average age of 75 who reported declining memory. For For the study, participants took a 10-minute test on cognitive function. A score of 25 showed mild impairment. And according to the study, those who practiced a Tai Chi called Tai Chi Quan twice a week improved their score by 1.5 within 6 months. Nearly all of the study participants were Caucasian. A majority had college degrees. You're watching Apple Valley News Now. We'll be right back.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If you need workers' compensation because you were injured at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
If you've been injured in an accident and are thinking about settling the insurance claim yourself, do you really know about the laws that help accident victims? Would you like to know if you're being treated fairly? Do yourself a favor. Call Allen Brecky Law Offices for a free consultation.
It's not what you park in your driveway that makes it home. At McCurley, we understand that. And that's why we go beyond the transaction to provide a complete ownership experience. Because it's the people, the experiences, and the memories awaiting you that make it home. And your vehicle is how you get there.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show. But it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Tragedy, devastation, heartbreak. All eyes on Israel.
With the Middle East in chaos.
Every morning, turn to your trusted source. Good Morning America.
Tracking the latest this morning.
ABC News on the ground, on the front lines.
You can see the sound of an explosion.
What happened overnight?
Gaza is under total siege.
Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest.
I'll be here with breaking news so you'll be up to date as you get ready for the busy day ahead.
Every morning, when it matters most, trust ABC and Apple Valley News Now. A flight over a piece of history in Lincoln County.
I like the availability to go and see what they have left, what the buildings they have left.
Folsom Farm National Recreation Area.
I like it.
On Fly the Northwest, Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next Live, the NASCAR champion.
That was exciting.
So exciting. Plus UFC champion Sean O'Malley.
Living his best life.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
You know, there's no substitute for hands-on experience. Over the years, I've probably turned and read every one of these pages. This may just look like a pile of papers waiting to be shredded, but to you and your loved ones, it represents a wealth of trusted experience.
If you need Social Security disability because you are unable to work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411. Bothwell and Hamill. There's no fee unless you win.
Welcome back. We're tracking breaking news in Pasco, where the police department is on scene of what they're calling a critical incident. This is in a neighborhood in the area of Road 32 and Opal Street. Again, that's in Pasco. The SWAT team is there on the scene right now. Authorities say there's no danger to civilians. If you are living in the area, though, they're asking that you shelter in place. Police are asking that you avoid the area if you don't live there or if you don't need to be there this evening. We'll bring you an update as soon as we get one from Pasco Police. Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about your forecast. We've been seeing some rain this morning, then gorgeous sunshine this afternoon. You see those clouds moving back in, though. We are talking about some showery weather in your forecast for the week ahead. So we're going to talk about that more coming up after the game. For right now, though, we need to turn it over to Monday Night Football. That's next with the LA Chargers playing the New York Jets. Again, we're back after the game, and you can always find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.